What's going on, guys? Back here with another video for Genshin Impact. Right now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the new character Kokomi. I know a lot of people have been having mixed reactions to her. Personally, I feel like she is not the strongest of characters, and she's kind of niche. But potentially, the thing with Kokomi is there's two possible scenarios that could happen for the future. One possible scenario could be that the content in Genshin Impact, as they're starting to implement more mechanics, there could be certain characters that will apply bleed effects. And it might require in the future that we need stronger and more diverse healing characters for our team comps. So that's something to be in the potential lookout for the future. Additionally, on top of that, when MiHoYo releases characters that aren't fully up to par, as with Zhongli in the past, oftenly these characters, not oftenly, but there is the potential that they could get reworks, so that could be quite interesting. Now, with Kokomi herself, at her C0, she can perform hydro application and a bit of healing on your team, but she requires herself to be out in the field more than is ideal because of her lack of damage, and that can really nerf our DPS potential. That's why people, I think, are the most hung up about her. Additionally, her jellyfish E elemental skill is kind of inconsistent in its targeting for auto attacking. Um, but the cool thing with her constellations, if you were ever to do that, it does give a lot of damage boosting, especially the Constellation 1. It gives the normal attack string combo will unleash an extra 30% of her max HP as hydro damage. Getting an extra boost to your damage, scaling off your HP, which is how she scales her kit, is pretty cool. Um, Take away the side from the crit rate bill's not functioning with her, because she has negative crit rate. But it's still fine, I think she works. I think she's not meta, at least currently. If dynamics and mechanics change in the game in the future, maybe she'll have a higher tier list in the meta. But even then, I think she's going to have a harder time competing with Xingqiu and Jean and people like that who have the healing capacity and also great damage dealing and not needing to be on the field as much. Her C2 gives an extra percentage of healing bonus with characters that have less than 50% HP, which is pretty nice. It also gives her a little boost to her attack and charge damage, her normal and charge damage. Constellation 3 is just a boost. Constellation 4 gives her additional attack speed by 10%, and that will also restore extra energy on her normal attack strings. Kind of okay. Constellation 5 is another stat boost, and Constellation 6 offers her 40% Hydro damage bonus for 4 seconds when her normal and charge attacks heal or would heal any party with 80% or more HP. This sounds really good. The only thing I don't like about it is that it has to be with 80% or more HP. Now, I don't know if that means... You don't know. That's actually pretty cool, because if they are max HP already, 80% or more, right? Then that extra hydro damage bonus is pretty nice. So she definitely gets a lot better with constellations. Her her weapon definitely boosts her kit a lot, and I would say the best spending on resources for her, rather than getting multiple constellations, Constellation 1 and the weapon would be awesome. Constellation 6 is probably her extra biggest damage boost. But Constellation 1 and having the Everlasting Moon Glow would be pretty nice. But it's up to you personally what you want to do with that, because obviously there's a lot more characters coming out, and compared to other characters that are going to help clear a lot of content, I think if you like the character, if you like the model, if you like the mechanics and the gameplay, you test her out, that's great. I definitely feel like she's fun. It's just certain things in her kit just feel a little awkward to me. Like they're not quite, crushed out. It's the same thing with like Yomiya, and it's something I really hope the devs go back and start to fix, because she does have potential. if they could rework some things. But as it stands right now, you know, whether you want or not, personal preference, and she's not going to be a big meta character. So if you're lacking on strong units and you're not like a dolphin or whale, I think your primo gems are better reserved elsewhere unless you don't mind the meta at all. You just want to pull for what you enjoy, because at the end of the day, you should be playing what you like. And if you like Kokomi, awesome. So that's my opinion on her. Her weapon is pretty good for her, but the only thing about her weapon that stinks is that it only works for her and doesn't really help for anybody else. The weapon banner as well. Again, like if you don't have Kokomi and you have no interest in pulling for her weapon, don't go for the Jade Cutter because the risk is too high. You don't want Kokomi. You don't think she's a great fit for your team, and you pull her weapon, you're going to be pretty salty about that. And yeah, mostly in general, the weapon banner is kind of a whale beat, anyways. If you're free to play, be very selective of when you go into this because it's not worth it sometimes. All right, so I'll put that in my YouTube